Hey, my phone died. Ugh, gosh, I can't. My phone died. So, forgive me. I was in the middle of telling you guys about Ulta. So, make sure that you go to Ulta.com in July. I'll make sure I drop the link when it's ready. And we are launching on there. So, huge news today. I'm going to wait for some of you to join back in. And I apologize that my phone died. So, we back. Yes, I'm back. Yes, thank you for rejoining Renee and LaDawn and Adina and Danita and everyone else and Tava and everyone else who's joining me tonight. So, yay, Ulta. Yes, Siobhan. Yay, Ulta. Yes, Allison, I'm back. Thank you guys for rejoining. Hopefully my phone doesn't die again. I charged it up enough so I could get back on. It had like 2% when I came back on, and it's charging as I'm talking. So, fingers crossed that it doesn't give me a hard time again. All right, yes, we are back. So, drop your questions again. Obviously, anybody who left a question before my phone died, I don't know what you asked because it's gone. Thank you, Renee. You were looking really cute, Renee. I saw you with your fro. You were looking super cute. So drop your comments below. Okay, so we're starting over. Okay, giveaway for tonight is 4 people are going to win $25 gift cards. I'm sorry, $25 worth of glam points to Naturalicious. So make sure that you share this live again. Even if you already shared it the first time, share it again, and you will be entered to win one of 4 $25. Yeah, your shares are gone. I'm sorry, Donna. Because we don't have a way of going back to see who won or who entered. So yes, reshare this live. Okay. So 4 people are going to win $25 worth of glam points for $100 total tonight while I'm live. And the dope deal for the evening is if you spend $99 on the website, you will get a free Step 1 large, a free 16-ounce Step 1, and that's a $36 value. So you're going to get that completely free. And it's free shipping as well. So free shipping plus a free Step 1. So basically you're going to save about $40. You'll get $40 for free, basically. All right. Vakia says, how long do you have to be on the website before you're going to be in the stores? It really depends. I mean, it varies, as to what they want. I mean, for example, with Sally Beauty, we were supposed to do a test run of 80 stores for a year. But after 4 months, they were saying that they were going to bump us up to 600 stores. And then after a month after that, they bumped us up to 1,200. So, they all have their, what they plan to do and then what they actually will do. So it depends on how we're performing. If we're killing it, they're going to bump us up sooner. If we're kind of moderately doing well, then they'll take their time and decide to kind of, be more conservative with it. So that's why the Naturalicious Nation needs to show up and show out on Ulta.com in July. And yeah, so the faster we sell on that test, the faster we'll actually be in the stores, which is super exciting. Okay. All right, we have our first giveaway winner. Who is going to win $25 worth of glam points? That's my drum roll. Vakia Simmons. I have received word from my team who is watching this and picking names that Vakia Simmons is the first winner of the $25 gift card. I feel like Vakia and Siobhan, y'all always winning stuff. But Vakia is going to get that first $25 gift card. We have 3 more $25 glam points gift cards to go. So 3 more to go. So $75 left. Who's going to win? Again, make sure you share this live in order to go into the drawing to win. Also, the dope deal for the night is $99. With your order of $99 or more, you will receive a free Step 1 16-ounce size, which is a $36 value, and you'll get free shipping. Okay, let's get into the questions. Latanya says, don't know if you've seen my question, but do the products work well for relaxed folks? Also, how do we get more products in our Sallies? Mine only has 2 of each step. Okay. Question 1, do the products work well for relaxed folks? I will say yes. I mean, I'm not relaxed, so I haven't tested on myself. I mean, I have tested on myself, but I'm not relaxed, so I can't speak to that personally. However, most of my dad's side is relaxed, and they all use the products, love them. We have several relaxed customers who use the products as well. So the products are for hair in general. I mean, the majority of our customers are natural, but they're for hair, right? They're for healthy hair in general. So if you are relaxed or know someone who is relaxed, the products will work for them. We actually have a number of salons actually also that kind of don't do natural hair. They just do like relaxed and flat ironed hair, and they use the products and they buy the products and use them on their customers. So I'm going to say yes to that, Latanya. As far as how do we get more products into your Sally's, I just have to request it. I mean, some stores, like the one near me, they have like 8 to 10 of each at any given time. And then there's another store that's like kind of like 30 minutes away. They only have like 4 of each at a time. So it's really up to the manager. So if you want them to have more in stock, like if they're running out, excuse me, definitely talk to the manager. Don't talk to the associates. The associates don't really have a whole lot of buying power, but the managers do. So make sure you go talk to the manager and tell them, hey, I really want to buy this product in the store. Every time I come in here, you only have 2 of each step, and it's always out, or I'm always worried about I'm not going to be able to get it. You know, talk to the manager, and they have more buying power. If they know, you know, it's all about supply and demand. If they know that people want it, they'll buy more. If they don't know, then they won't. So, great questions though. Let's see. Let's see. Thank you guys for all the congrats. Thank you. Okay. Christina Lombardo Johnson says, I'm going to sound like your most ignorant follower. I'm sure that won't be the case, but I need help. My daughter has super curly, super thick hair with 3 different types of curls. I have no experience with this. I've mastered wash condition day. Then she's a tangled mess by day 2. I don't know how to keep up with the styling. Help. Okay. So Christina, really is more or less in the technique of what you're doing with her hair at night than it is in the product that you're using. If you've mastered wash day, then you know that you know how to create a good looking set of curls on her head. It's really about how you preserve it overnight. So I will tell you, I don't know what she's sleeping on or what she's sleeping with, but my advice to you is to make sure that you get her a satin pillowcase or silk pillowcase if you can find one, but satin at the very least. Make sure she's sleeping on the satin pillowcase. That will help her to preserve moisture into her hair overnight. Cotton, polyester types of pillowcases suck moisture out of the hair, so you need something that's going to retain the moisture in the hair. All right, so that's the first thing. Second thing is that I want to encourage you also to make sure that you wrap her hair in a scarf. So put her hair up like in either a ponytail or a bun, kind of like how I have mine right now, or just a ponytail that's like right on top of her head. Put a scarf over that and tie it around her head, another silk or satin scarf, and have her sleep like that. When they sleep like that, that tends to preserve the curls better. That works really well, in my opinion. Works well for almost everybody I know. Try that and then see if you can get her wash days to last more than just one day. See if you can get it to last 2 days, then 3 days and 4 days, and however long you can get it to do that. Also, you want to remember that you may have to re-moisturize her hair every day or every other day. Preferably every day. So if you are going, especially if her hair is not used to getting a lot of moisture and it's getting dry, you're going to need to moisturize more often. So don't be afraid to moisturize her hair again on day 2, and then again on day 3, and then again on day 4. You cannot over moisturize. The more moisture, unless you're using a product that has really bad ingredients, but I'm assuming that you're using a product that has great ingredients. So if you're doing that, make sure that you are re-moisturizing her hair at night, putting the scarf on her head like I showed you, and then having her sleep on a silk or satin pillowcase. That should resolve most of your issues, and you should be able to get her curls to last more than just one day if you do that. Sandra, I love the products. Thank you, Sandra. Are you going to have step 2 in a larger container? Okay. So you know what? I don't know who this person was, but we actually got a message in the customer service queue the other day. And whoever this person was, her name wasn't familiar, so I don't remember the name. So I don't think she's in the nation, or if she was in the nation, she doesn't comment very often. She mentioned that, I don't know, however she said it was real shady, but she was like, I need step 2 in a larger size, and this is ridiculous that step 2 isn't in a larger size. She was big mad about it. But to be honest, be completely transparent, step 2 is not cheap for us to produce, and so we have to find a way to make it cost effective so that we don't have to charge you guys, you know, $300 for a larger step 2, basically. Obviously, I'm exaggerating. It wouldn't be $300, but an exorbitant price. And so we're trying to find a way to make that bigger. So we do have an 8-ounce size. So we have a 2-ounce size, we have a 4-ounce size, and then we have an 8-ounce size. So we do have those 3 sizes. We're trying to work on creating a size that is, I know a lot of you have asked for a gallon size step 2. I don't know if we can create a gallon size reasonably. But we might be able to come up with a half gallon. We're going to try that. If we can't do that, we'll at least try to get a 16-ounce, which is the same size as the large step 1. So we'll try those. But that takes a little bit of time, and cost management, because we, you know, there's costs that we have to incur, including labor, including product, including all that stuff. And we don't want to have to pass those costs on to you guys. So therefore, we're trying to create a cost-effective way to make at least a 16-ounce size, but ideally a 32-ounce size for you. I will say that I'm hoping that we can get that done this summer, because it is highly requested. You guys ask me that like every day, literally, and keep them coming. Do not feel that you're over asking me. Feel free to keep asking me for the larger step 2. It lets me know that you really want it. So we're going to keep trying. And I'm hoping to be able to give you guys that by the end of the summer. At the very least, what we can do is, I'm hoping that just like we have the gallon size step 1, once or twice a year, hopefully we can do at least like a half a gallon step 2 once or twice a year. So let me know if you guys would like that. We may be able to do that for you guys. Okay. So working on that this summer. As a lot of you may know, if you follow us on Instagram, you may know that we are in the midst of moving. So we actually moved from a 1,000 square foot spot to a 3,500 square foot office this week. So we came back from Columbia on Sunday, and Monday we were moving. So we've been like in the thick of it all week. And so as soon as we can get everything unpacked and all that stuff and all of your BOGOs shipped out, then we're going to start working on that larger size step 2. Okay. How long does it take? Taquanta says, how long does it take to start seeing results when using the Spanish almond oil? It depends. Some people will see results in 30 days. Some people will see results in 90 days. It really depends on the severity of your thinning. Also, it depends on what you are doing along with using the product, right? So what we'll see sometimes is that people will use the product, or any sort of growth product, not just ours. They use a growth product, but they're still like pulling their hair really tightly at the roots, right? Which is completely counterproductive. Or they are taking a growth product and then they're like being really harsh on their hair with fine or small tooth combs, or they're using like heavy bristled brushes or Denman brushes, which I don't know why people use Denman brushes. They're terrible for your hair. They pull your hair out. But they're still using those things along with trying to use the topical treatment for growing the hair, which is not going to work. You have to stop doing this. I'm not saying that you're doing this, Taekwondo. I'm just speaking in general. You have to stop doing the bad things that you're doing to kind of cause the thinning, wherever it is, or even, let me backtrack. You have to stop doing those things and then start doing the good stuff, which is using the Spanish almond regrowth oil in this case. So that's one issue that sometimes people have. But for people who are actually using it the way that they should, and they're actually putting it on their hair in their thinning areas 2 times a day, every single day as directed on the bottle, usually most people will start seeing results in about 30 to 45 days. But you also have to remember, it's working on the root of your hair. So it depends on how thin or fragile the roots of your hair are. The roots of your hair is just like a tree, right? If there's no roots, or if the roots are very fragile or damaged or thin, it takes time for them to build up. And if, in the case of like a tree, if there are no roots, you can't grow your hair, right? So I'm assuming you probably have roots. So for people whose roots aren't that bad, they'll probably start seeing results in about 15 to 30 days. For people whose roots take some time to get, repaired and, kind of work through that, it may take them closer to 60 to 70 days. So it just really depends. I can't tell you for sure because I don't know the severity of your particular situation. But I always tell people, give it a full 30 days. And be honest with yourself. Are you truly putting it on twice a day, every single day? Are you truly not doing the other damaging things to your hair that would cause it to be counterproductive for you to put it on your hair in the first place? If you're being honest with yourself and you are doing what you're supposed to do, I would gather that you should probably see him about 30 to 45 days. Joyce Lewis, do these products keep the hair moisturized? Yes, Joyce, as long as you are moisturizing it, right? So you have to make sure that you are moisturizing your hair regularly, right? So there's no product on earth. I don't care if it's Naturalicious. I don't care if it's like the best product, you know, in some other product, right? Whatever some other product is that you may use. If you're not moisturizing your hair on a consistent basis, it's not gonna keep your hair moisturized. Our hair is naturally dry, so you have to add moisture to it to keep it moisturized. Also, as I've always said, 50% of how your hair looks and performs has to do with how you've been caring for it in the past about the past 6 months, okay? If you haven't been regularly moisturizing your hair, if you haven't been washing it every 7 to 10 days like you should, if you haven't been doing deep conditioning and hydro treatments and all the things that you're supposed to do, don't expect to get a one single product one time, put it on your hair and expect your hair to retain moisture. It's just not going to work. It's just like going to the gym. You can't, you know, eat whatever you want and eat at all times of night and, you know, not work out and then go to the gym for 3 days and complain that you didn't lose any weight because you haven't had enough time, right? You've been doing all these other things and then you did this one positive thing. It's not going to be a big change immediately. So our hair is so similar to how our bodies work, right? How our hair works is very similar to how our bodies work. So will it keep the hair moisturized? Absolutely. It will keep it moisturized better if you're consistently adding moisture to your hair. Now, when you first start moisturizing your hair, and this goes for anybody, when you first start moisturizing your hair, you may find that you're gonna have to moisturize more often. That's what most people find, no matter what brand that you're using. And as I always like to keep Real Hair Revelations brand agnostic, I'm speaking about in general when it comes to any brand of moisturizer. You may have to moisturize more often. You may have to moisturize twice a day. I had to moisturize twice a day when I first went natural, and this was like 8 years ago. Twice a day because my hair was so dry. Also, when the seasons change, like right now, the seasons have gone from like cold to warm, and we're kind of teeter-tottering between cold and warm here in Michigan. So my hair at the ends is super dry right now. That is just how it is for my hair every single season. When it goes from summer, from winter to spring, from spring to summer, from summer to fall, every time, without fail, that's what happens with my hair. So I know that at those times, I have to add more moisture to my hair. I will encourage you to make sure when you are moisturizing, you are actively focusing on your ends. The ends is where breakage occurs. Breakage, brittleness, shedding, some forms of shedding, some types of split ends, all those tend to occur because of lack of adequate moisture. So I just want to manage your expectations, Joyce. As most people who use the products will attest and love step 2, they will tell you, yes, it absolutely keeps their hair moisturized. Yes, it absolutely gives them their curls and defines it and all that sort of stuff. But they also have been putting in the work. They've been making sure that their hair is moisturized regularly. They're not waiting until their hair is bone dry to start trying to moisturize it. If your hair feels dry to you, it's going to end up if your hair feels dry to you, it's already been dry at the core of your hair. You need to be proactive about moisturizing as opposed to reactive. So a really good rule of thumb is to just go ahead and moisturize your hair once a day without fail. I moisturize my hair every night before I go to bed. It takes me like all of 45 seconds. It doesn't take me a very long time. And I go to bed and my hair remains moisturized. However, again, during those changes of the season, I have to actually moisturize my hair twice a day because the weather is causing my hair to be so dry. So I know that I have to proactively get up in the morning, moisturize my hair. Again, it takes me 45 seconds to 60 seconds to moisturize my ends. And then at night, I do the same thing. So long way of saying, yes, the products will keep your hair moisturized, Joyce. But again, I'm always very transparent and I like to make sure that I am very clear on managing expectations. So if you're doing your job, then the products will do their job. Okay. Eva says, hoping for a 32-ounce step 2. Me too, Danita, me too. I mean, me too, Eva, me too. If you want, oh, that's Danita's commenting. Let's see, who else? Latanya says, thanks for the info. Was thinking about sending my friend in Italy a travel size to try out. She won't let the creamy crack go. Oh, well, you are a awesome friend. Definitely send her a travel size. Get her the, I mean, you can get whatever you want, but I would encourage you, get her the deluxe travel kit because it comes with a cute little bag and it has like all the steps in it plus the hairspray that you get for free in there. So I would encourage you to get her the deluxe travel kit. But you can get, you know, if you want to get the individual ones that are only $7 a piece, you can do that too. But if you're going to send it all the way to Italy, I would say hook her up with like the little $35 gift bag. By the way, you guys, don't forget, we have giveaway number 2 coming up in just a couple of seconds. I'm going to announce who is the second giveaway winner. And I want you guys to remember as well to go to the website for the dope deal of this evening. The dope deal tonight is for with your order of $99 or more, you will receive a free 16-ounce step 1, which is a $36 value, and you're going to get free shipping as well. That's a pretty good deal. So you're going to actually save about 40 bucks. So actually, no, more than that, because shipping is like $7.60. So you're actually going to save, what's my math? Over 40 bucks. Like 45 bucks, 42 bucks, something like that. You're going to save about $42, all right? If you get it tonight. And the dope deal actually ends when I go offline. So do not delay. Do not try to wait till tomorrow. This ends when I am no longer online, okay? By the way, our second $25 giveaway winner is Waverly Presley. Waverly, if you are still online, say what's up. Take your shine, girlfriend, because you just won $25 in glam points to Naturalicious. Woo, woo, woo. Congratulations, Waverly. All right, let's get into the next question. Marcia says, what can I do to stop shedding? Okay, Marcia, it depends on your type of shedding. All shedding is not bad. I actually did a whole RE chart on this like several months ago. All shedding is not bad. Most shedding is good, all right? Our hair naturally sheds 20, I still got glam points in my head. Our hair naturally sheds 100 hairs a day, okay? So if you compound that over the course of a week, let's say you wash your hair once a week, that's going to be 700 hairs. That's quite a bit of hair, right? They're like little tiny strands. Some of them are going to naturally shed and fall out. You won't even see it. And some of them are actually going to come out when you detangle your hair when you wash. Now, if you are taking your time in washing your hair, if you're, you know, washing your hair maybe like every 2 weeks, you got to remember that's 100 hairs compounded over the course of 14 days. So that's 1,400 hairs. For some people who wash their hair once a month, that's going to be 100 hairs compounded over the course of 30 days. So that's 3,000 hairs. You know what I mean? So it's really not a bad thing for your hair to shed. You want your hair to shed because every single strand of every single strand of hair on our head has a life cycle. And when that strand reaches the end of its life cycle, it does one of two things. And sometimes it does both. It either falls out from shedding or it will split, like the ends will split, right? And so just like, you know, hair will shed out, sometimes you have to trim those ends to get rid of the dead ends, okay? So I'm going to venture to say, Marcia, that unless you have like a scalp condition or maybe if you just recently had a baby, because sometimes hair will shed after postpartum, your hair's probably okay. A lot of times I see people in the nation commenting and they'll say, here's my hair. I washed my hair. Is this a lot? And the majority of the time, like 99% of the time, it's not a lot. Because the next question is, well, when's the last time you washed your hair? And they'll say, oh, it's been 14 days or, you know, 10 days or 7 days or a month or whatever. And when you compound that and you do the math, you're like, oh, okay, this is actually normal. So if you go to our YouTube page, which is youtube.com/naturalicious beauty, and just search for shedding, you'll see I did a whole Real Hair Revelations on shedding. And I can talk, you know, that video will talk way more in depth about it. But I'm going to venture to say that you're probably okay. You probably just think that it's a lot when it's probably not that bad. So check that video out, okay? Let's see. Yes, if you're a winner of one of the gift cards. So far we've got Waverly and we've got, who was the first winner? I forgot who the first winner was. Vakia. Make sure you DM us your email addresses. I think we have both of your email addresses, but DM it anyway so we can make sure that we get you your stuff. All right, Serena says, he mentioned doing an apple cider vinegar once a month. Is it because of the product build up over time, or what's the reason for yes, okay, she wants to know what's the reason for doing the apple cider vinegar rinse. Yes, Serena, the reason for doing the apple cider vinegar rinse is because you need to clarify your hair over time. Our hair naturally gets built up in it, and it's not even always built up from products. Sometimes it's built up from just environmental things. Like, Serena, I think you're like over on the West Coast, right? I think you're in California, correct me if I'm wrong, but you know, there's a lot of just things in the air, you know, and I don't know if California still has like a smog issue, right? I know way back in the day they did. So let's say it does, maybe it doesn't, but let's say it does. Some of that like smog will actually embed itself into the fibers of your hair, and it's very difficult for shampoos and even clay sometimes to cleanse that out. And so over time, your hair will start to your curls won't spring and pop as great as they normally do. Your hair may look a little dull, and you may be like, I'm washing my hair every week, I'm conditioning it, I'm doing hot oil treatments, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. Why is my hair still not looking like full and vibrant and shiny naturally without me having adding anything onto it? And a lot of times it's just because your hair has buildup in it. And sometimes the buildup does come from product. Sometimes it's product, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. They don't have to be bad products for your hair to, you know, for it to be retained into your hair. It's just over time. It's just like, think about like a shirt. You know, if you were to wear a shirt, and let's say it doesn't look dirty, and you know, sometimes like, especially when you were like little, your mama may be like, like you wear the shirt and you're like, oh, that ain't dirty, just, you know, you can wear it again tomorrow. But over time, you'll start to notice that white t-shirt, even though it may not really have dirt on it, it starts to look kind of dingy over time. So then you wash it, you put bleach on it, you know, if it's a white shirt, you bleach it, and then it's like crisp and white again. And it's kind of like the same thing with your hair, you know, like you may not notice that there's buildup on your hair, but it starts to look a little like dingy. It starts to look a little not so shiny, not so poppin'. The curls don't spring like they normally do. And that's why you do apple cider vinegar rinse. And when you're doing an apple cider vinegar rinse, make sure, I always have to reiterate this, always, 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 make sure that you are diluting it. Do not go ham, full strength at ACV on your hair. You will completely mess up the pH balance of your hair. So you want to make sure that you are doing 1 part of apple cider vinegar to 6 parts of water. All right, and you want to do that no more than once a month. Once a month is plenty. All right. Let's see. Let's move along. Thank you, Eva. I'm glad you like my bracelet. Let's keep going. Okay. Oh, it's my jam. This is the When Your Wash Day mix, by the way. Did you guys get the When Your Wash Day mix for this week? This is like the new Beyonce, Frankie Beverly song. I know some people hate it. I love it. I think it's great. All right. Doritha says, my screen froze. Don't know if you answered my question, but how important is it to know your porosity, and does your porosity work on our hair? Does your products work on all porosities? Yes and yes. So yes to, well, how important is it to know your porosity? Okay. It's important, right? It's very important, but it's not like crucial. It's good. It's kind of like one of those like really nice to knows, because once, like when you know this, you can make better decisions. But if you don't know it, like, don't feel like you're completely like at a loss, basically, right? Like, there's been people with amazing hair for decades who didn't know anything about porosity. Like, porosity wasn't a thing as it is now. You know what I mean? Like, it was, people could figure out porosity back then, but they weren't, you know, they weren't doing porosity tests when I was, you know, in high school and middle school and all that stuff, you know? So you can get great hair by following the general rule of thumb, which is what I always teach, which is making sure that you're cognizant of ingredients. Stay away from sulfates, stay away from parabens, stay away from mineral oil, stay away from petroleum, and stay away from products that have bad alcohols. There are like 3 or 4 good alcohols. You want to stay away from all the bad ones, which is everything else, okay? But porosity is good to know. It's like one of those really good to knows kind of things. It's like it kind of gives you like an extra oomph if you know your porosity. So basically, the porosity of your hair really only tells you how porous your hair is, how quickly how great your hair is at retaining moisture, or how not so great it is at retaining moisture. One really easy way to tell if you have, high or low porosity is by wetting your hair. If it takes your hair a long time to get wet, and by long, I mean like over a minute and a half, in the shower till you get like drenched, like soaking wet, then there's a good chance you might have low porosity hair. If your hair gets soaking wet right away, like you're in there for like 30 seconds and your hair is like soaking wet, you might have high porosity hair. But then there's also normal porosity hair, but really what's normal, right? So, if it takes maybe like a minute or so for your hair to get soaking wet, then, generally you would have normal porosity hair. But really that's really the whole purpose of porosity, is to know how great your hair is at retaining moisture. So that will help when it comes to understanding how often you should moisturize your hair, right? So if you are someone who has, let's say, low porosity hair, that means that your hair doesn't retain moisture that well, or doesn't hold moisture that well. So when you put a moisturizer on your hair, ideally it's going to have water as the first ingredient, because water is the most moisturizing thing you can ever put on your hair. You're going to put that product on your hair, and if you find that your hair like sucks it up and it's almost like you didn't even put moisturizer on your hair, that's also a very good indicator that you have low porosity hair. However, if you put moisturizer on your hair and it retains it for a couple of days, then that's a very good indicator you have higher porosity hair. That's not to mean like one hair is better than the other. Generally people with, the closer you are to 4C on the hair typing system, which I don't really subscribe to, the closer you are to the 4C, or, the really coarse end of the spectrum, the more likely you are to have low porosity hair. The closer you are to the 1A, which is like super bone straight, no curl pattern whatsoever, or no wave pattern at all, the more likely you are to have high porosity hair. So, I mean, there's a number of ways to kind of get a gauge of it. Another thing that you can do, and I've done a couple of Real Hair Revelations on this, Doretha, you can go to our YouTube page, which is youtube.com/naturalicious beauty, and search for porosity. I actually did a porosity test live with everyone who was watching. So you basically take a cup of water, room temperature water, and you're going to pluck a single strand, not a whole handful, just a strand of your hair out. Put it in the water and see what happens. If it floats on top, generally that means that you are low porosity. If it sinks to the bottom pretty quickly, that means you are high porosity. Again, it's how porous your hair is, how many like holes, for lack of a better word, or pores your hair has. If it's very porous, that means water can get through it quickly. If it's not, if it has very tight holes or very tight, or almost like very little, then it's going to float at the top because water is not able to get through it. So that is how the porosity thing works. As far as do our products work on our porosity? Yes, they do. We have two product lines, actually. We have one for tight curls and coils. Those tend to have purple labels on them, like this one does. This is a tight curls and coils product. I am tight curls and coils. And so that is designed for people who have a lower porosity of hair, meaning they need a thicker product that's more dense, that's really going to penetrate their hair and keep it moisturized. Then we also have the medium to loose curls and waves line, which is pink, and I don't have any up here with me because I don't use that line. I use the purple one. That line is for generally a higher porosity type of hair. People who need moisture but who don't need heavy moisturizers that are going to weigh their hair down. So yes, I think I answered all your questions, Doretha. Let me know if you have any other questions. Let's see. Sandra says, I use a satin cap and scarf. I use satin caps and scarves, moisturizer in every day, but once it dries, my ends are still extremely dry after being natural for 7 years. You may have to do a, first of all, you may need a trim, Sandra. If your ends are really dry and doesn't stay hydrated, there's a very, very, very good chance that you have split ends that need to be removed. So that's one. You can't, split ends are always going to be dry. So if you don't get a trim, that's a really good indicator that you need to get a trim. Two, you may also need to do a apple cider vinegar rinse, like I mentioned to Serena a little bit earlier. That's another thing. And the third thing, I would really encourage you to start doing deep conditioning and hot oil treatments. Like right now, like I said, my hair is really dry at the ends because of the weather. So I know I have to really amp up I can't skip on my deep conditioning and hot oil treatments because my ends are going to be mad dry and it's just not going to curl up the way I want it to. So there's a few things that you need to do But I would start with checking to see if you need to get those ends trimmed, because that could possibly be the issue, and that could be the only issue. And if you get that resolved, that could eliminate all your problems. Let's see. Audrey says, should you do an egg protein treatment on your hair before surgery? What kind of surgery is it, Audrey? Does it have anything to do with your hair or your scalp or your head at all? I don't know that, unless it has something to do with your hair, I don't know that it wouldn't matter if you did it before or after your surgery. I guess I need to know what kind of surgery it is. But it shouldn't make a difference. I mean, you should do an egg protein treatment, yes. Should you do it before your surgery? I don't really know. Unless you're going to be, is it a surgery where you're going to be like down for a long period of time? Like, are you going to be on bed rest? Are you going to be unable to wash your hair? If that's the case, then I would advise doing it, because that way you can get it in. Excuse me. But other than that, I don't know that it matters. I don't know what the correlation is between the surgery and the egg protein treatment. So give me some details about that. If it's more of a personal thing, you can feel free to DM me as well. Let's see. Latanya says, what size will the gel comes in? The gel is going to come in an 8-ounce size. So the same size as a large step 2, that's what size the gel will come in for now. But, you know, this only came in, step 2 only came in this size for a while. And then y'all were like, we really need a bigger size, so we made an 8-ounce size. Then y'all were like, we need a smaller size for travel, so we made a 2-ounce size. So, you know, we'll start out with the 8-ounce size, but if, you know, whatever y'all want. If you tell me, hey, I need it to be bigger, maybe we'll do a 16-ounce. Maybe we'll do a 32-ounce. We'll see. So, but we're going to start out with 8 ounces, Latanya. Stephanie, how long before the BOGOs come out? BOGOs just got put into the system yesterday. So like I mentioned earlier, we were in Colombia over the weekend. I was at a speaking engagement, and a lot of my team, some of my team was there with me. And then we left. We got back from Colombia on Sunday. We started moving to our new office on Monday. So we haven't had time to put everything in, but they got put into the system yesterday. So I think it was yesterday or today. So they will start shipping out tomorrow. There are a lot of these BOGOs. So please be patient, you guys. I'm assuming if you bought your products from Sally, you should be good on product for a little bit to like keep you straight until your BOGOs come. So just be patient with us, because we're still in the process of moving. We're literally like over tripling our space from where we were before to now. So we've got a lot of boxes to get through. We got product to get out of boxes and figure all that stuff out at the same time while we're trying to get orders out. So I can tell you, Stephanie, that they will start shipping tomorrow. When yours specifically will ship, I can't say, because I don't know like the order that yours came in. But the people who put theirs in first will get their start will ship out first, because we're going in sequential order. So I can say that. But yes, they'll start shipping out tomorrow, and I'm going to assume that they should all be shipped out within a couple of days after that. And thank you guys, everyone who participated in the BOGO. I can't wait to get you guys' BOGOs out to you. Okay. I think we are ready for our third giveaway winner. Our third giveaway winner for the evening is Latoya Seiler. Latoya Seiler, you are the third giveaway winner. You have just won yourself $25 in Glam Points added to your account. So make sure you DM us. Don't DM me, DM us, like Naturalicious. DM Naturalicious your email address. But again, I'm pretty sure we already have your email address, Latoya, but do it anyway, just so we can make sure that we get you your goods. All right, cool. Let's see, who else? Valerie, when will the gel be available for sale? So Valerie, my hope and my prayer is that the gel is available come July. That's my hope, or actually end of June. That's my hope. Fingers crossed. It's really up to the group that's making it for us. It's taking a little bit of time, but hopefully they'll have it ready by the end of June. And yeah, because I've been seeing y'all posting, those of you who are testers, you guys have been posting about the gel, and y'all are super excited about it, and I'm loving it. I'm loving all these wash and goes I'm seeing. I've seen some twist outs. I've seen some amazing stuff that you guys have been doing with this gel, and I'm just really, really thrilled to see what you guys have been doing with this. So, and just Erica's like video about it, Renee's video about it. I saw Adina, she had her wash and go and her twist out that looked amazing. So I'm super excited to share with you guys. But my fingers are crossed. You guys, if I had it today, I would drop it today. But I don't have it in my hands. I still have the sample size, just like y'all. So I'm waiting for it to come in. And as soon as it comes in, the nation will get the first dibs on it. All right? But yes, for now, Valerie, we're going to say late June, early July. Okay? Oh, no worries, Ebony. My phone had died earlier. Will the refresh come in a larger size? I tend to use it more than just water. Thanks for briefly mentioning the Demon brush because I've been using it. So are you talking about the hair mist, Latanya? The hair mist comes in an 8-ounce size. So it comes in a 4-ounce size and an 8-ounce size and a 2-ounce size. So you need a size larger than 8 ounces because it would be hard to hold if you had like a big, like 32-ounce bottle. So let me know if you knew that it came in an 8-ounce because you may have assumed it only came in a 4-ounce, but we do have it in an 8-ounce too. No, Demon brush is not good for your hair. It rips your hair out. I would not use a Demon brush, you guys. Let's see. Who is this? Tanisha. Hello, Gwen. What do you think about those steamers people use to dry their hair? Are you talking about the Q-Reduce? If you're talking about Q-Reduce, I have not used it myself. I've seen some of the videos, and I'm a little confused as to how it dries the hair because steam is evaporated water, and so water is not dry, and so I need to try it myself. So I can't really speak on it yet. In terms of steaming in general, I think steaming is a great thing, but I have not used the steamer that you comb through your hair with, so I can't speak on it intelligently yet because I haven't tried it. But I am going to get one, and I'm gonna try it myself so I can answer that question for you. Latanya says, my eyebrows raised on this also. I bought it because I was told it's better than a wet brush. I'm curious to hear thoughts. Are you talking about the Demon brush? Okay, here's the thing. I don't know if you guys are talking about the Demon brush, but here's my thoughts on the Demon brush. The Demon brush is hard plastic, and they are very close together, right? If you use a Demon brush, I don't know anyone who's ever used a Demon brush whose hair does not come out when they use it. Yes, it does a great job at smoothing your hair down. Yes, it does a great job if you're trying to get like that smooth look. It does a great job for that. But you get that at the sacrifice of your hair ripping out of your head. So you got to remember, just because you heard something was good doesn't mean it is good. I mean, every company is in business to market, right? And quite frankly, when it comes to influencers, most of them are paid, right? So at least in the beauty industry now. So if you hear, from someone online, oh, this brush is great. I'm not saying they're lying, but what I'm saying is that, there's sometimes quite frankly, sometimes there's an agenda, right? So if somebody says, oh, this brush is fantastic, they probably paid them to say that. But then there's some people who love it and aren't getting paid, and it just depends on person to person. But if your hair is really kinky, really coily, that brush is going to pull your hair out. It's going to rip out hair that's not shedded. It's going to rip out hair that's good and healthy. And it can also cause split ends. So I would stay away from it if I were you. But, y'all do whatever y'all want to do. It's your hair. But I highly encourage you to really consider what's happening when you use it on your hair and what the brush looks like once you stop using. If you're not getting any hair out, by all means, continue to use it. But if you are, I would encourage you to reevaluate using that. Okay. Let's see. My hair seems to break in the middle. Not sure what's going on, and it's just like crazy. Your hair breaks in the middle. You mean the middle of your head, like the center of your head, like the crown? Is that what you mean, Charlene? What's going in the middle? Well, okay. Here's the thing. I will say, my hair in the crown of my head is the weakest point of my hair. It's also the driest part of my head. It's where my 4C hair is. Everywhere else is kind of like 4B. I have a little bit, like a teeny bit of 4A down here. But for the most part, it's like 4C all up in here in the center. And that part of my hair, I have to focus way more on it than any other part of my hair. If I don't keep that super hydrated, if I don't add more moisture to it, if I don't make sure that during my hot oil treatments I'm really adding a lot of step 1 and step 3 onto it, then it's going to be drier. So you may have that same situation where a part of your head, like the middle of your head, is just naturally drier, and so you might have to put more work into it. Let's see. As far as the itching goes, I would encourage you to try putting tea tree oil directly on your scalp. That can help. Don't use a lot because it's very, it's a strong smell, and you don't want to be walking around smelling like tea tree oil. But use that and mix it with some jojoba oil. Jojoba oil is the oil that is most closest to our skin's natural sebum. So mix the tea tree oil, because tea tree oil by itself is kind of extremely strong. So you want to use tea tree oil, mix it with jojoba oil, and then put that on your scalp. That should stop the itching. We also have on our website, we have a system called Itch Be Gone. And so if you search for Itch Be Gone on our website, that also helps to eliminate the itch as well. Itch Be Gone. Okay, let's see. D Bless, Donna says, I just placed the order. It's giving the 8-ounce free instead of 16-ounce. Okay, Donna, I'll fix it. I don't know why it's showing the 8-ounce. It should not be showing the 8-ounce. Let me see if I can try to fix it while I'm online with you guys. This is real time. Real time, real time, real time. Okay. While I'm doing that, I'm going to keep going through. Do you recommend clipping in still? Absolutely, Queen. Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, I recommend clipping your ends, and I don't recommend you doing it on a certain frequency. I recommend you do it as you need to do it. So if you're not getting split ends for 6 months, then don't trim them. There's no point in trimming off good hair. However, if you're getting split ends every 3 months, then you need to be trimming quite, more frequently. And if you're getting split ends that often, you should definitely try to find out why you're getting split ends that often. You shouldn't be getting split ends, that like a lot of split ends that frequently. So it may be, again, you need to moisturize more. It may be you needing to do more hot oil treatments or deep conditions or, whatever, a gamut of things. But to answer your basic question, yes, I recommend clipping your ends. Absolutely. Okay, Donna, who asked about the 16-ounce. You know what? I am changing this, but it keeps reverting back to 8-ounce. But I'll change it in the system. So if you guys order tonight and it shows 8 ounces, don't stress it. I will see it, and I will go ahead and I'll make the change for you so that you receive the 16-ounce, okay? So again, the deal for tonight is with your order of $99 or more, you will get a free 16-ounce step 1, which is a $36 value. Apparently, for some reason, the system is making it revert to 8-ounce, but I can assure you that you will get the 16-ounce. I will go in personally after RHR is over and fix it up for you, okay? Thank you for letting me know that. Vakia, what do you think about bringing a mousse to the Naturalicious family? So, I'm not opposed to mousse, but I like to know what you guys use mousses for. So, if you can let me know what you're using it for, that will help me to be able to formulate something that that works really great. So like with the gel, like I knew a lot of you were looking for something that controls your edges as well as something that you could actually use to style as opposed to one or the other. As most of you know, every single Naturalicious product is multitasking. So that means that you can do more than one thing with it. So our gel you can use on your edges, you can use it for styling, and you can also use it to put your hair up in like updos, right? So it's 3 things that it accomplishes. So if you let me know what the mousse is, what you're going to be using the mousse for, then we can try and formulate something that's multitasking, which saves you money and time. Saban says, step 2 is the only product that has ever brought so much moisture to this dry head of mine. I love it, I love it, I love it. Latanya, is it necessary to use step 3 also if you're using the growth oil? Well, it depends on what you're using step 3 for. So step 3 is your hot oil treatment. Theoretically, you could also use the growth oil as a hot oil treatment, but really the growth oil is designed specifically to target the areas of your hair that are thinning. Whereas step 3 is not really designed for that, although it does have some of the growth oil in it, but it has other things in it as well. It has other things in it for the hot oil treatment to really penetrate your hair. It has 3 different oils that are, one is a thicker oil, which is olive oil. It has a much thinner oil, which is closer to our skin's natural sebum, which is safflower oil. And then we also have avocado oil in it, which is really good for stimulating stimulating growth. And I'm sorry, we also have almond oil in it, which is really good for stimulating growth. But in addition to that, it's also a good blend between the two, so that when you do your hot oil treatments, you don't end up with like a greasy mess in the end. But you end up with a very moisturized, soft head of hair. So theoretically, you could use both. Theoretically, you could use one or the other. However, I will say most people who do use the growth oil, they use step 3 separately for a different purpose. We have two, by the way, you guys, we have two more, no, we have one more $25 gift, $25 worth of glam points left. So make sure you are sharing this live if you want to be the 4th winner. All right. Oh, good, Marcy. Gwen, you are so informative. I've learned so much. I'm so happy. Yay. Thanks, Marcy. I feel like there's a lot of questions I still haven't gotten to. Hey, Jane. Jane says, finally remember to get on a Thursday. First timer. Welcome. Welcome, girl. All right. Keep going. Let me keep moving. Hello from Houston. What's up, Houston? Okay, Serena says, should I do ACV before washing and conditioning? You should do it before washing. You should do it after washing and before conditioning. You should do every single treatment that you ever do on your hair on a clean scalp. Like, I cannot reiterate that enough. Never do anything that's not on a clean scalp. Okay? Everything on a clean scalp. So wash your hair first, then do the ACV, and then condition, right? So if you do the apple cider vinegar, remember, Serena, is going to remove everything that's on your hair. So if you do a conditioning and then you do ACV after that, it's going to remove the conditioner. You know what I mean? Or the benefits of the conditioner. So do the wash, then the ACV, then the conditioner. Okay? Vakia, a lot of people hate the Beyonce and Frankie Beverly remake. I don't know why. Like, they're just haters. Just haters, I think. Because I love it. I think it's great. Let's see. Oh, Carmen, that's okay. Ooh, thank you, Sandra. Thank you for your order, girl. Okay. I'm continuing on. Sandra says, I placed my order. Will it automatically let you know if you received the free 16-ounce step 1? Yes, Sandra, it will if you qualified. So if your order was over $99, then it will automatically give it to you. It should automatically show up. But if it didn't for you, I will check it. And, well, Sandra, it looked like your order was $84.14. So that's why it didn't show up for you. Yeah. So looks like so it's $99 with any discounts. So you used a discount, which gave you like $14 off. So it took off $14. So it didn't give you the 16 ounce because it wasn't $99. So your order has to be $99 after discounts in order to get the 16 ounce step 1. Okay. You are so welcome, Sandra. Let me keep going. Hey, Lee. Alice, are you done with trials on the gel? Yes. So everyone who will be a gel tester got a gel already. I'm trying to think how to say that. But they only got 2 ounces. Not they got a whole lot, so don't feel left out. But we're gonna do pre-sales on the gel as soon as I get a release date from the lab. Okay, and then everybody will be able to get it. All right. Oh, Lee, the trip was amazing. The trip was awesome. Yes, Shavana, I didn't see your lives. I saw that you had made lives, but I haven't had a chance to look at them. So I'm going to look at them tonight or tomorrow. The trip was really good. The food was great. The people were super nice. It was just really fun. I'm really glad I got to take one of my team members. Also got to take my son and my boyfriend. It was great. Lisa said, what's the dope deal? Just tuned in. So Lisa, the dope deal is with your order of $99 or more after any discounts, you will get a free step 1 16-ounce, which is a $36 value, and you'll also receive free shipping. That is the dope deal for tonight. And the deal ends when I go offline. So make sure that you go get that deal, okay? Let's see. Thank you, Danita, for posting the Itch Be Gone link. I think I got through them all. Oh my goodness. Okay, Erica says, is it more of a gel or a holder? You're talking about the new gel that we're coming out with? So it's a bit of both, right? So I like to call it an edge control like helper. I need to come up with a better name than that. But basically, like, you know how most edge controls, you put on your edges and then like give it like an hour or two and like your edges start popping up and frizzing up and like it almost look like you didn't even put on edge control. So with the gel, you put our gel on top of your normal edge control and it like slicks that baby back. It like keeps it really nice and smooth and like just really good. It's also a styling gel, so it has extremely soft hold. So it gives you hold, but your hair is not crunchy. There's no flaking. Everyone who has tested so far has said the same thing. Like there's no flaking. No, even if you use it with step 2, which is our moisturizer, and it's actually formulated to work really well with step 2. So, so yeah, it's both. It's like a 3-in-1. So like I said, it's a really great. It's really great for keeping your edges together. It's also really good for, I have it on my hair right now. It's also really good for putting your hair into like an updo. And it's really great for styles. So, you know, braid outs, twist outs, you know, whatever other, you know, type of style you can think of, Bantu knot outs, wash and goes, all that sort of stuff. It's really great for everything. So it's good. And it's like, it has like a texture of almost like honey, but not quite as thick as honey. And it smells really good. It has this really we used gardenia in it for the which is an essential oil. We use our gardenia and it just smells really great. Lee says it should be called liquid gold. Yes, I've heard the name liquid gold. You guys saying liquid gold should be the name. So maybe liquid gold will be the name. I don't know. We'll see. Siobhan loves the gel. Donna loves the gel. Eva says, how are you going to vote on a name for the gel? Well, I think we're going to take some of the comments, just like we've done for, you know, when we were coming up with my DJ name, when you guys picked Jam Master G. I think we're going to do that. So we're going to pick, you know, internally, we will pick like, you know, 3 or 4 of the names that we like the best, and then let you guys vote on the rest. That's probably what we'll do. Adina, do you have B-Day plans? I don't. Well, I am going to Bravo Bravo. So for those of you who don't know what Bravo Bravo is, let me fix this. Bravo Bravo is an event in Detroit. It's basically a fundraiser for the Opera House, but it's like where people get all zhuzhed up, they get all fancy, and they're, you know, not even a Sunday best. They like 9 to 5 best. Like it's like very black tie, very formal. And Bravo Bravo always happens on my birthday or the day after. And I've never gotten to go because I always have plans. This year I don't have any plans because, one, we're in the midst of moving. I also I will be completing a business accelerator that I've been in for the past 3 months. The last day for that is tomorrow. And so I haven't had any plans because I've been so tied up with that. So I don't know what the plans are. I'm pretty sure Bae and like my family has something planned, which I don't know what it is. They were gone like all day today. So I'm going to assume they were maybe getting some stuff for whatever they're planning for tomorrow. But personally, I don't have any plans other than Bravo Bravo. And quite frankly, I really just want to sleep because I've been in this business accelerator for 3 months and it's consumed my life. And I get my life back after tomorrow. It's been a great experience, but it is very time consuming. So I'm really excited to get my time back. And I really just kind of want to sleep on Saturday. But my son has a piano recital. So I'll be at his piano recital on Saturday. And then then church is on Sunday. I don't know when I'm asleep. I don't know. But yeah, no plans. If you got plans for me, let me know. I will be more than happy to partake in them. But I don't have any plans myself. Are the T-shirt house coming back? They are, Latanya. We're trying to get some from our manufacturer. They've been out of stock for a long time, which is why we are out of stock. Excuse me. And so, yes, as soon as I just talked to them today, actually. And they said they should have some answers for us next week. So hopefully I'll be able to get them back in. Because I actually need a new one. Like, forget everybody else. Like, Gwen needs a T-shirt towel. So we need to get them back in real soon. Rosalind said it's good for gray hair. And Eva says my few gray hairs got smoothed down. So yeah, it's good for gray hair. Yes. Okay, you guys, that is it. I got through all the questions. I hope I answered yours. If I missed yours, I'm so sorry. I thought I saw everybody's. And we have one more giveaway. One more giveaway for $25. So I'm going to name the last one now. Last winner for tonight is Adina Porter. For sharing, you have won $25 of Naturalicious glam points. So make sure you DM us your email address and we will make sure you get your glam points. All right, you guys, have a beautiful evening. Thank you so much for joining. I love you all. Thanks for participating in Ask Me Anything this week, and I will see y'all next week. Bye.